Parallel
right.
people, they're parallel people.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I write that in my book, Buddhist Mandalas, about parallel people. And
Actually, I think that's a great segue. Before we actually do the meditation, I'd like to show this book cover. Here, let me share my screen because this is beautiful, beautiful artwork here. Let me go big here and bring it up here. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. So this book is, tell us about this book, Vi.
yeah, so this is the book that I wrote during the pandemic. And, whenever the Schumann resonance does a spike, I'm like, oh boy, here I go. Because I have, again, all my repressed issues are worked on and transmuted. So what I have is basically more abundance. So my challenge at these type of times is to balance all the positivity, all the abundance, all the creativity. And my husband has the same challenge as well. So our house has just been a beacon of creativity throughout this whole time. And again, it's our meditation. So the artwork you have here is beautiful female Buddha and Bodhisattva Kwan Yin. She's a Chinese, ancient Chinese female Buddha. And she appears in times where there's a lot of healing that has to be done. So she actually brought a lot of visibility to the Bodhisattvahood, which in Buddhism means somebody who is about to cross over, but they hear the legions of suffering of humanity. And so they decide to turn back and help humanity a little further out of suffering. So they come back to help people get a little bit more insight into the secret, into ascension and awakening, and just kind of help relieve suffering a little bit more. So Kwan Yin is very, very popular for doing that. And she oftentimes, again, reveals herself when you're in times of need and transition. So right now is perfect. Uh,
Oh, it is perfect. This artwork is just so stunning.
I
Such
know.
a
It's beautiful. And so a little bit more about this artwork. This is done by my artist Fabiana Trevi in Milan, Italy. And so she was drawing this for me during. She started like a week or so before the pandemic started in Milan, Italy, and then the pandemic happened, and she was channeling all the frustration and the anxiety and the worry into her artwork, and it really helped her heal a lot of the anxiety and stress about the coronavirus possibly affecting her family members and her senior family members at the time. So
mm-hmm.
for her, it did help her focus and shift her energy into a creative pursuit that was meditative for her. And she came out with a beautiful piece of art, and I just love it. And it's basically a Buddhist mandala. So when you read the book, you understand kind of what I went over in the last interview, explaining a little insight on sacred geometry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vision of what a Buddhist mandala will look like. And of course, in the back cover, I have a picture of me and my son and my
I
daughter.
love that.
Yeah, my daughter was like, "Oh, where's my book?" I said, "I already did your book. You were the last Buddhism book, and so now brother needs his own book." And so she's like, "Okay, fine. The next book have my picture in it." So, so they're gonna take turns. So all my Buddhism books are part of the end of having my children in it. So, because they think it's their books. Um,
Right.
so
But that's awesome, though. That's awesome.
yeah, but anyways, but that's the book cover. Actually, if you go into Amazon, the ebook is available on Amazon in the next 2-3 days. I just submitted it, and people can go and pick up the ebook. If you search for it, you should be able to find it and download it. And it's very affordable. The ebook's only $10, and then in the next couple of weeks, the print version will come out. So the next time we do this, well, everything will finally be published. But right now it's still really fresh, so I don't really know the time frames of when things are published. But if you keep checking in there, you'll see it in there as well. But
So
yeah,
down below where I have Von's author page, that will take them to the page, and it should just pop up on there when it's ready, right?
exactly. So right now it's in review. There's so many synchronicities with this book. It's very interesting too, and I write it in the book. And a lot of people can kind of argue, well, synchronicity, I don't know how valid it is. Da, 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 da. When I started this journey of writing, this is book 1 of 3. When I started this journey, I was just interested in sacred geometry because I love the artwork from my Buddhist art history, studying Buddhist Mandalas over my lifetime, being raised in the tradition. So I would just, when I would see interesting information, I would just study the science behind like Buddha's brain, meditation, consciousness, whatever. And as I was done with one piece of research, another person with a completely different topic, separate, like a fringe topic on something else, would bring out some information. And so I would literally read one piece of information one at a time. It would just pop up for me. I would walk into the library and something would just catch my eye. I'll grab it. I would look over the author, see that they're part of some kind of fringe research science, go look up that page, really search, and then find the interesting information. And so it was like I was led one at a time from one piece of research to another. And over the course of 20 years, it all came together to explain the scientific understanding behind Buddhist mandalas and how to explore parallel realities using sacred geometry. And so when you go through the book, you are actually reading article per article and evidence per evidence of how it was delivered to me over the course of 20 years.
Very nice.
So there was, in my dedication, I dedicate to my family, but I also dedicate to the energy of Metatron, Kwan Yin, and Yeshuah. Because every time I would read information, there would be some kind of symbol around it that had a reference to sacred geometry, which is Metatron, or Kwan Yin, which is on the cover, something that relates to her, or Yeshuah, something that relates to Yeshua. And so it would be like I would be reading a book in a library or picking up an article, and there would be maybe an advertisement for some kind of meditation that have Kwan Yin's image on it, or some kind of display ad would come up and it would have something that's relevant to sacred geometry, and the story just goes on and on and on. And even when I finished this book, I was so ready to be done with it. I was like, I need a big break. I'm ready to be done with it. One of the images was off-centered. So I was like, oh no, I want to be done. So I went to fix that one image, which is Tara, which is the mother of the Buddhas. And she is the mother of liberation. And so I fixed her image. I resized it perfectly. And so then when I resized it, I ended up resizing all the other images correctly so that don't have alignment issues. And it changed the page number to 399. And 399 is an angel number, which means to let go of the things that no longer serve you.
How perfect is that, right?
Yeah. So there's just so much synchronicity with this book. And so, if you have some synchronicities about something you're going through for like a year or 2 years, imagine 20 years of this stuff. Okay. It gets a little bit, it gets exhausting. And even when I woke up Sunday night, because I had 46 pages left to proofread before I was able to get it completely done and submit it. And I woke up Sunday morning at 8:46 a.m. And 8 is the infinity symbol for the universe. And 46 was the exact number of pages I had left to proofread before it was done. So it was like I woke up and the universe had said, Get up, girl. You're going to finish your 46 pages and you're going to get it out there. So, so it was
and
really funny.
and don't take forever to do it,
I,
right?
I know, right? So, you know, yeah, so if you ask to be of service, sometimes, you know, they will come through in different ways. And because I'm not interested in being like a channel or anything else. You know, I just want to be Vaughn. I want to do my thing. I want to live my life.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to be creative in how you utilize me as a resource. And they have been very creative. So I've been
Well,
using the synchronicity.
yeah, and I love that too because it's like the more you pay attention, the more you realize that you're always getting little signs and synchronicities. It's just we normally aren't paying much attention, you know.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.